Hi guys, welcome back to the Rule of Two, where the Star Wars news saga continues. I'm Terrence.
I'm Art.
And we are on the verge of Solo coming out, depending when this video actually uploads. On the verge. Solo. Hopefully this comes out before the video comes out, because we'd like to tell you what our lowered expectations are for the Solo film, the Star Wars story, Solo. I don't know where we should start on this. Should we start because we already did a video about what we want to see. All right, yeah. So now that there's been a few reviews that's come out that said what people actually saw in this film and what they thought about it, how do you feel about the reviews? Because most of the reviews were kind of like mixed to, it was some people thought it was great and some people were just like, meh.
Most of the reviews that I read, it was meh.
Okay.
It was kind of, once again, lowered expectations.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And what's funny is one of the people that they were mentioning a lot in one of the bright spots is is Lando, which I'm still not sold on.
And you know what? I'm always trying to go into a movie with like, I'm not going to be, going with my already preconceived ideas or judge this character, but there's just something about him when he's in there and he's all like, buckle up, baby.
I don't know. He needs to do a Colt 45 ad. If he does a Colt 45 ad, bring back Colt 45. If he does a Colt 45 ad, then maybe I'll be on board with it. If he goes and he perms it, because he didn't perm his hair. I want to perm Lando. I want a perm.
That wasn't in at this time.
The space perm wasn't in style at this time.
No, it was not. Think about it. It wasn't.
Dude, the perm has been around for ages.
Yeah, it goes and comes.
It goes and comes.
It's like on a 30-year cycle.
There you go. It's it's a parsec.
It's a parsec.
It's 30 parsecs. Okay, so we heard the mixed to mad reviews. So what do we now want to lower our expectations down to?
I was going with a high 8.
You were going with a high 8.
Thinking it maybe between a 7 to an 8.
Okay. So I guess more or less.
I'm not. After reading the reviews.
I mean, are you ready to think that this film is just not going to be good?
Yes.
To be ultimately surprised when you get there?
If I leave somewhat even happy, that's already a win.
Okay. And some of the reviews were talking about the performance of Alden Ehrenreich. How the fuck you say it? Ehrenreich. There you go. It's German. Whatever. But we're talking about his performance. We already kind of knew that they were bringing in acting coaches and stuff for that.
Yeah, that's never a good sign.
It's never a good sign. But some people said that maybe he still kind of got you to believe it once you got past that he wasn't Harrison Ford.
Maybe that's why they've just kept on bringing the actors to really nail, or the coaches to really nail the Harrison Ford-esque style acting. But really, man, I just don't want to get my hopes up. So the reviews I've been reading is ho hum. Yeah, it was a good movie, but everything it was almost unanimous about the ending.
Okay, so the ending's probably not going to be good.
Yes. Unanimous.
And how could you not end the movie well when there's so much to kind of like allude to, like to him getting to Tatooine and ending up in the cantina, him having to fall out with Jabba. I was like, how can this movie not end well? You would figure that it would have like this, whoa, man, this is when it exactly happened. Kind of like when we got Rogue One's ending with Vader wrecking shop through the Rebels ship, and I was like, it has to end somewhere like that. So to hear that's really, really disappointing.
Yeah.
I don't know if because some people were talking about like maybe we might get another Han Solo film spinning off. If this one's gonna be mad, we're not probably gonna see that.
But here's where I'm holding my reservations until I see this, because the true critics are the fans.
Right.
A lot of the critics that we review, and I'm picky about who I review or who I really take their word for with this movie, because there's so many times the critic goes in there, and I hate when they say I would have done this, or I want you to. You're not the writer, you're not the director, you're none of that. So you're just going in and actually critiquing the movie unbiased.
Okay.
These guys go in already, either some of them like an artsy. So a lot of times I rule out the critics.
Okay.
But when it's unanimous that all the critics are saying the same thing, it's the same trends that they're showing.
It kind of lets you make you believe it's like it's really a thing.
Yeah, but as I mentioned, I'm waiting until the true critics, the fans,
I mean, if you think about it, like the critics were like when Last Jedi came out, or when they first reviewed that, and the early reviews on that, like, they absolutely loved it, and then the fans tore it apart. You don't hate Last Jedi, by the way.
I do.
Fans tore it apart, and so I'm assuming that this might have the same type of reaction as well. That maybe the critics weren't too impressed by it, but maybe the fans will actually be more happy about it. I mean, because you're going to see the Kessel Run, you're going to see the life debt, you're going to figure out how he got the ship, how he stole a black man's ship that was working its way through the galaxy, trying to make it on his own before he got a space perm, how he get it stole by a white man.
Maybe he needed some cash and he pawned it.
A white man with a talking Wookiee, and it was like, just come and steal his ship. But you're going to see such iconic moments, as well as all these extra characters.
I still don't want to see the Kessel Run.
It's going to happen. You're going to see it.
No.
You have to see it.
Maybe that's how it ends, and that's why it's a letdown.
No, I even read one of the reviews. They were even talking about it. I was mad that I read it because it was like, oh my God, when you see the Kessel Run, it was like, dude, come on, don't ruin that for me.
Well, it'd be like the Potteries.
Hey, that was the best part of it. That was one of the best parts of that movie, by the way.
It's the Bunta race.
All right, so when this film comes out,
Memorial Day weekend,
we are going to have to rank this among the Star Wars films. I'm already feeling like it's going to be ranked low, but should we then take in consideration, like, just start ranking the spin-offs by themselves and not rank them with the rest of the trilogy?
Yes, we have to.
Okay, because they're like David Pumpkins, they're their own thing. So yeah, so when you start looking at these films going forward, we have to take them out of consideration with the rest of the trilogy, because the trilogies are set up to tell a full story, and these are trying to tell like a one-shot thing, and
a little short story compared to the compared to the trilogies.
But
you don't have to raise your hand, Manny. You're the only one in the crowd.
But they do
yes, Manny, over in the back.
But they do connect though, because when they gave in Rogue One, when they gave Leia the plans and tied it perfectly right to the very beginning of A New Hope.
Right.
It does tie no matter what.
It ties, but do you count that as part of the original trilogy now?
Is this 3.5?
Yeah, actually I do.
I'm glad that you said that. So where does this film fall as far as the trilogy itself? So this is not 3.5. So this is 3.2, 3.25.
This would be 3.
10 years before New Hope. So.
No, I mean throughout.
Where would you? Yes. But where would you put this?
I mean, because it also could be taking place during where Rogue One was taking place.
Technically, I would probably it wouldn't. It would be 10 years before Rogue One.
It'd be okay.
So I would probably put it after.
Well, it begins 10 years. Does it begin 10 years before Rogue One, or does it?
Yes.
Like the whole time is maybe this film took 10 years. Maybe this is 10 years of Han Solo's
life.
Don't know.
How do you? We don't know. Have you seen the film? Have you seen the film?
Revenge of the Sith. It was Revenge of the Sith. After Revenge of the Sith, Han Solo takes place.
Okay. All right, that's cool. All right.
So I got something for you guys.
All right, go ahead, because we're waiting the rest of your comment.
All right, so box office prediction for Solo: 516 domestic. This is through the entire theatrical run. 516 domestic, 501 foreign, 500 million foreign.
Wait, did you say for Solo?
Yes, for Solo.
Oh, you mean like pre-sales?
No, just its entire theatrical run for the summer.
For Solo.
They're predicted. This is predicted.
Okay.
Predicting 1.017 billion worldwide.
If it makes $1 billion, they're going to call it a win.
That's where it ends.
Okay.
Do you agree with it?
Why not?
If it makes $1 billion,
unless it completely pulls a episode 1 and is just like everybody walks out. Well, episode 1, people walked out and they were happy, but
it was one of the top grossing.
I know, but I'm just like where it's like critically considered the worst Star Wars film. But if people are like walk out and say like, that wasn't good, then the word of mouth nowadays will kill a film.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it won't make $1 billion. But even if it does have bad, critical reviews, if it still clears $1 billion, they're gonna call it a win, and we may still see Han Solo Part 2.
Transformers.
Solo. What we call it, duo.
You can't call it Solo because it's the second one. It'd be.
What if it goes Lando?
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Because Donald Glover actually wants the Lando spin-off movie, if he gets one, to be more like Catch Me If You Can.
I don't need to see a Lando spin-off.
Just throwing it out.
Lando spin-off was not on my top 5. Was not on my top 5 spin-offs I want to see, because I don't want to see it. And don't do this. His character may be really great, and it'd be one of those things where he stole the film. great. Leave it at that. Do not spend
He's
it all.
a great B character.
Yeah, it's like I do not need to see his own film.
And I don't mean
Look,
black
people
characters,
already
men.
complain exactly because the B character is a black character. It's like people don't want to see the Boba Fett film because they feel like he's just a small character and he's only cool because of his outfit.
Yeah.
Yes, Lando is.
There's
a cool
nothing
character, but,
intriguing
like,
about Lando where it would
that we don't already know.
Yes,
and this film is going to tell us everything else that we don't know about Lando. We're going to see it in this film. I don't need to see more.
What about the space soul glow on his hair?
Boo this man! Boo! All right, so that's how we feel
And
about.
this is why he doesn't come out on Rule 2.
Exactly, because he's not a Star Wars fan. So that's pretty much how we were kind of feeling about the critic reviews coming out so far with Solo.
I mean, it's
Them
unanimous.
feeling
Every Star Wars film from Rogue One. No, Rogue One I enjoyed. Every Star Wars film after that is lowered expectations.
Yeah, we're gonna do this with every Star Wars film that comes out. We're gonna do lowered expectations because
Unless Disney surprises me.
they have not all lived up to the hype.
You know what it is, though? I will say that Disney's trailers for the Star Wars films are...
Yeah, that dude needs to start directing films.
I mean,
whoever's cutting these trailers.
yes, these trailers are amazing, right? You go in thinking it's like a car salesman, where it's like you time travel when you're with a car salesman. Are really good because you're picturing yourself in the car.
Man,
you're picturing yourself on the beach
like,
or on the
What's up,
mountain,
baby?
something.
What's up, baby?
Right?
You like my Millennium Falcon?
Yeah, you look over. You see
That's
this,
my Chewie right there. You want to touch him?
I call him Little Chewie. A good car salesman does that. And then after you drive home the lot, the first couple of days, you're like, yeah, this is a nice car. After a ride, you're like, man, this kind of... You start envious. You're envious of other guys driving other vehicles, right?
There you go. You look at Boba Fett over in his Slave 1, you're like, man, I should have got those.
That is Slave 2, but something.
A Slave 2.
That's the same thing I feel with these trailers. It's like they lead you up and they pump you up to see this movie.
Yeah.
And then...
Those dudes get paid well for doing this stuff.
Yes.
So I'm gonna wait. I stopped watching all the Solo trailers, so I'm trying to go in it with like a blank slate.
If you tie all of them together, you piece them together.
Yeah, you probably get the whole movie. But so I'm trying to go with a blank slate. I don't want to watch anything else. I don't want to watch TV spots. I've been trying to avoid as much as I possibly can. I'm waiting to be able to go and see this film and just kind of, and I'm trying to block out all the stuff that I've heard so far. Just kind of go in there and see how I feel about the film. Are you willing to be open about it, sir? How many times are you gonna go see this film?
Once.
If
it's good.
Twice.
Okay. If it's great, 3 times.
And
once, twice, 3 times the movie.
Highly inappropriate. So, all right. So yeah, as a Star Wars fan, I feel like I have to give every Star Wars film at least 2 viewings.
You have to. But the first one I'll pay.
All right, there you go. That says it all. All right. Go ahead and take us home.
Hey guys, tell us what you think or what your expectations are for this film. If you follow us on social media, go ahead, follow us on Facebook, give us a like, follow us on Twitter, see what Manny's putting out there.
Yeah.
Snapchat if you're with, and Grindr if you're with following Terrence.
I'm not on Grindr yet.
This first time you're watching the show, he's on Grindr.
I said yet. Snapchat me.
Well, I'm saying you're on Grindr because by the time you edit this,
I'll be on Grindr. Okay, it's cool. There you go. Foreshadowing. All right, so for Manny on the couch, I can't even recover from that. For Manny on the couch and for Rasmus wherever the hell she's at, I'm Terrence.
I'm Art.
And may the force be with you.
And also with you. Do the conda. Do the conda.
I'm telling you, I need some drug dealer friends. I could be on the start of something here. The Wakanda strain. There you go.
Give me some of that.
Give me some of that Wakanda Kush.
Give me some of the Wakanda Kush.